Spirit guides, universe, and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Capricorn's highest good. How is Capricorn feeling in this third week of October 2025? I don't know why I want to say December. In October 2025, with regards to when they're thinking about, dealing with, or manifesting in. 3 cards of how Capricorn's feeling, first of all. The Emperor. I was gonna put that one back in, but seeing as it's lifted itself up, we'll have a look. The Strength reversed. That's weird. Okay, so we've got the Emperor in the upright. This is Aries energy. You can see the ram heads in each corner of the throne. The Emperor is all 4 kings, okay? This is boss energy. This is the Emperor. This is someone in charge of the empire, leadership. The highest status in the tarot deck, all 4 kings. Okay, they have the intelligence of a King of Swords, the patience of a King of Cups, the finances of a King of Pentacles, and the determination of a King of Wands. You know, this is someone who's superior. So, you know, you're welcome for the ego boost, Capricorn. With the Strength reversed, you could feel like your emotions are difficult to control at the moment, or there's a need to be emotionally strong and we're not managing it. Don't take this one if it doesn't make any sense. It was just that it sort of was working its way off and I didn't want to not look at it, but you got the Emperor upright, so you're sitting in your power, okay? Someone who is high value, someone who's established, a hard worker, someone who tries to be patient, someone who's a solid provider. Someone who's well aware of their responsibilities. They don't make moves on a whim. Everything's planned. Everything is strategic, okay? The Hanged Man, I haven't seen this for a while. See, the Hanged Man, and it's upright, is someone who is open-minded, trying to see things from another perspective, making sure that they're not being stubborn about something. So that's quite a healthy energy. Yeah, they're turning themselves upside down so they can see things from another point of view. If it was the Hangman reverse, it'd be very stubborn, well, it's my way or the highway. No, this is what I think and I'm not prepared to listen to anyone else. So you're coming across very good, Capricorn. That was weird, the way that came out. The Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands reversed. The Ten of Wands upright is getting to the end. It's a very stoic energy. When we've had battle after battle after battle, obstacle after obstacle, you know, argument or conflict, delays, it's giving this person a headache, you know. 10 is the end of a cycle where we've just seen it through and it was just hard. It's hard work all the way through. When it's reversed, it's we almost got to the end and then we went, screw it, I'm not. Do you know what I mean? I choose not to continue with this. Whatever's very, very difficult and too problematic, I'm just going to choose to drop the burdens. It's not always good to be someone that stubbornly, pig-headedly pushes through with something. If it's too hard, maybe we need to stop and reassess. Maybe we need to look for another way. You know, maybe we need to work smarter, not harder. Maybe this is just too difficult because it's not right. It's not always a good idea to keep, butting heads with something. So that looks like that's the conclusion you came to. Okay, this is the other person's cards. So it could be someone that you're thinking about or dealing with or manifesting in the future. Let's look at this one first. They've got the 9 of Cups in the reverse. So this is a person that's not happy. It's not about anyone else's happiness. It's about their happiness. This person is not content. Their cups are not full. This is about their personal satisfaction, their personal feelings. Like, how are they feeling about life right now? They're not feeling good. And the challenge is it's about stability. It's about reciprocity. It's about the end goal of building up towards the 10 of Pentacles. They feel like something's really unfair, unjust. There's no balance. They want to come out from the cold. They want to take action. They don't feel like something's being equal when it comes to the 10 of Pentacles. That's lasting generational wealth. That's when two people put their incomes together, their savings together, their assets together, and they create money for their children and their children's children. We've got this tree with the roots, and, it's this sense of like, wow, there's money and money and money because we're a team. We work together. We've created over many years, like, this stability and this abundance for anyone that needs it from us. It's the end goal, the end game. So someone wants to come out from the cold. They want to take action. It's to undo this lack of reciprocity when it comes to building, like, for the future and obtaining lasting generational wealth. See, that's what they're unhappy about. They don't feel contented because this isn't sorted. This isn't sorted. Okay, because you're showing up as the Emperor upright. They're showing up as the Queen of Cups reversed. Now, this is someone who's very anxious, very upset, overwhelmed. They could be annoyed or resentful, negative emotions, overwhelmed. They could just be really worried, or it could be making them depressed. When this card's upright, it's someone that's very emotionally, like, calm. They're a cool cucumber, they're a duck. The feet could be going beneath the surface of the water, but from what we can see, they're calm. They're under the same pressure as everyone else, but they prefer to absorb it rather than project it onto people or, reflect it back at people. They will absorb it. It's a very nice person, like an empath, like someone that's calm. You feel calm around them. They're very forgiving, patient, understanding, all the good stuff. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. When it's reversed, they're either cold and detached and they're not in tune with their emotions, or their emotions are out of control. Like, they could be depressed, crying, feeling, resentment. Like, a lack of forgiveness would be resentment, wouldn't it? Bitterness. I'm not saying it's all of that. It could be any of those things. And that kind of fits with the Nine of Cups reversed. So yeah, this is really getting to this person, this lack of, like, the future's insecure, you know. The Nine of Pentacles is upright. So this person feels like they, as an individual, are very abundant. They feel like by themselves, they're in control of their finances. They have a lot to offer. They don't feel like they've had someone to achieve the Ten of Pentacles with, because whoever they've chosen in the past has let them down. They haven't been earning enough, or they've been someone who has debt or gambling or is irresponsible with shopping, or, you know, they've just not met like someone that steps it up and helps them to get to the Ten of Pentacles, like half and half. They're not looking for a gift horse. They're not looking for a cash cow. They're looking for someone who's just going to bring the same to the table as what they do. And they may have resigned themselves to the fact that they've not been looking in the right places, or they're just not going to look anymore, and they're just going to rely on themselves. Let's get 3 for the outcome. Ace of Wands reversed. This could be someone that you're separating from. Or it could be, I say that because for me that's a rebirth card, and you're dropping the burdens because it's the Ten of Wands reverse. It's like, this is too difficult, it's been too challenging, and I'm not doing it anymore. So that could be you, and that could be your ex. It could be someone coming in the future that's leaving their past behind, but I just find it weird that it's in the outcome, because that would normally be the two of you, like your energy together. It'll make sense when we get more cards and then we get messages and clarification. We've got the Major Arcana for Aquarius with the Star card. Now that could be a healing card rather than wish fulfillment, because I don't see anyone kind of like having a happy time here. It's more like you're sitting in your power, taking leadership, and you're open-minded, but what you see as the answer is like, I've been pushing for something that just is working against me to like push for this. Like, it's not a good idea. It's too difficult, and nothing should be that difficult. This person is saying there's a lack of balance when it comes to time, money, and energy. And I'm not getting to a point where I've got financial long-term stability. And they don't like that. That's really distressing for them. So they're kind of like going from this Ten of Pentacles mindset to Nine of Pentacles mindset, which is like a single energy, like I'm single and abundant, solo, like. So I wouldn't take this as wish fulfillment, I'd take it as healing on both sides. You could be two people going your opposite ways, okay? If this is resonating like that, that's what's happening. Otherwise, it's very odd. You might be picking up someone who's like, if you aren't dealing with anyone at the moment, you're sitting in your power, and you got someone coming in that's single, they're unattached, they're doing well for themselves financially, and they're looking to, seriously like settle and create lasting generational wealth. Like they want to seriously invest, but like in a way that's fair and equal. King of Wands reversed. Again, that's like odd energy. It's like a lack of confidence or overconfidence, a lack of passion or too much passion which spills over into anger. It's a negative aspect of the King of Wands because when it's upright, we're kind of going for what we want, creating goals, making it happen. Fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You've got the Leo, you got the lion heads on the throne. I don't know what this like lizard means though. I have to look that up. I always look at that and I'm like, I don't know what that means. But it's the solar plexus being activated. This is someone who's confident, assertive, knows what they want, takes action. And it's very decisive action. It's not confused or on a whim. This is like, this was planned. This was like in the pipeline, and I'm taking action quickly. When it's reversed, it's either like a lack of control or domineering, a lack of passion or over passionate. I mean, we've got this lack of something we wanted coming together, healing, and it's made us left us feel a bit weak, for a while. So maybe this is how they feel. You obviously felt something was too hard, so you may feel drained as well. You're kind of sticking by your decision. Let's get no contact messages. Twin flame is coming out a lot. You activated my soul to find my true purpose and destiny in life. You helped me heal in ways no one else could. Thank you for finding me again this time around. Oh. This person could have been overly focused on, setting up a life together. And what they need to do is become someone that's more independent, someone who enjoys being single and feels abundant by themselves. And it's not because like we don't deserve to be in love and make a life with someone, but sometimes people are putting too much on certain goals, certain milestones, and they're a bit eager to get there, or that's their sole focus, or they're fairly happy, but their main happiness is in relationships. This person may be on a journey where they're finding their independence, a kind of independence that they never had before, where they feel balanced and complete without having any sort of interaction with romantic partners, or you can have like a year of celibacy that you've chosen where you just focus on like other stuff, build your career, like invest in hobbies, like join societies, cross things off the bucket list, give more time to friends and family, whatever it is that you need to do to feel like a rounded person so that it's not like such a focus, like I have to be in a commitment, or like I need a commitment in order to get to this position. There's something about it, it feels very financial, like it's to do with financial independence for this person. There will be something that you are healing from as well, the Capricorn, because twin flames, okay, you are runner chaser. So if they've been chasing you, you're a runner. They might learn to stop chasing and you might learn to stop running. So you might be someone that's got so used to your independence that you've been, you for so long, whether you've got children or multiple businesses or multiple properties, I don't know. You're a high value person, but the emperor needs a confidant. The emperor deserves to lay down the swords and the armor and climb down from the chariot and lie down and rest and let someone else take over sometimes. You haven't got to do everything by yourself. And this is very like Aries energy, like move out the way because I'll just do it myself. Maybe in this time apart you'll realize that this person is somebody to be with, like you do enjoy and miss having a romantic connection. Or I'm just trying to spitball. I'm trying to just think of options, what it could be. I'm not saying this is what it is. They'll be working on something it looks to be their independence. You'll be working on something it's twin. So you've met each other and you have a very magnetic connection. There will be like a lot of passion, but it will be emotionally loaded as well. So you'll feel like you have a psychic connection with this person. You can't stand to be away from them. There'll be a lot of drama. It'll be off and on. And then you'll have a significant period apart and you'll return to each other and you'll have both evolved in whatever area you needed to evolve in whatever area they needed to evolve in. You'll come back better positioned to have a relationship together that's healthy. It's far more profound than, when you like meet someone, fall in love, and not to do it down, but you have quite a standard relationship and it leads to marriage and whatever and whatever. The twin flames is healing, it's deep healing inside. It could be wounds that have been there from very young. And you can go through entire marriages with people and be unhealed. So this is bigger than getting married or having a soulmate union with someone. This is twin flames. This is like you could have been married 3 times, 4 times, and you haven't healed some wounds that are there, or some, I don't know, there's some sort of like work or deep lesson needs to be learned. And you could be someone that's been involved in many relationships, many marriages, or one marriage, or many, you know what I mean? And nothing is going to change you as much as this is going to. So it's very profound, very, very much destined, very much written in the stars. You won't be the same people after this, not at all. But you'll be better placed to come back together and have it. What you get in the end is hopefully a healthy relationship, considering you both do the work on the proviso that you both do your own work. What's the nature of this connection, please? Oh my god. What? What the hell? This person is your mirror soul. This is why this connection feels so sacred to you. You're not going to be able to move on from them. It doesn't matter whether you're physically distant or there's no communication at all. You won't be able to get this person out of your head and out of your heart. That's wild. That's so cool. I love that. If I follow you, I could lose everything. When I see that, it's usually someone that's already married and they're looking to go from being the 10 of Pentacles to the 9 of Pentacles. They're looking to withdraw from an existing scenario where they have a family. You can be an emperor and be a single person, you know? And maybe this person just... maybe they were already taken when you met each other, you know? But they're going to be making themselves single if they haven't already. I'm reading it as that because that's usually the card that comes out, and 5 is number of change. And we did have the 10 of Pentacles, but if you met someone, Capricorn, and they're already married, they're already like seeing themselves as single because they genuinely haven't had a fair go. They haven't had like a good, fair, equal give and take in whatever they were in, okay? And sometimes people tell themselves like, oh, you know, it is fair, because they don't want to deal with the fact that it isn't, or, oh, that's what marriage is. And they don't want to deal with the fact that that isn't what marriage is, okay, not a healthy one. Or, you know, everyone feels like bored, or everyone feels a kind of way, or fantasizes about being with someone else. No, they don't. Some people are very happily married. Of course, there's a possibility that you could be taken, but I don't see you leaving. Like, I would see the 8 of Cups, or I would see the 3 of Swords, or I would see the 5 of Cups, or I would see... do you know what I mean? I don't see you becoming a page or a knight. I think you're single. The Emperor could just mean you're someone that has lots of responsibilities, you're wise, you could be older, you could already have children, or be a homeowner, you know, like any of these things that show responsibility. Yeah, they could have already been taken when you met them. Let's get confessions from them. Some people happily cheat, but it's the minority. Like, most people just feel lonely from within a marriage and they don't have the confidence to start the turmoil that's going to ensue, the drama, the legal fees, the debt. You know, it's an ordeal to end a marriage, and if there's children involved, to tell them. I knew that because on here, this person feels a lack of reciprocity of time, money, and energy with the Six of Pentacles reversed. You know, they don't want to be in a sense of lack anymore. So that's about them just genuinely feeling unhappy. They could have had a shit, you know, a shit go with whoever they were with. I don't think people go looking for love either. I think it finds them. If you're happy in your marriage and you're fulfilled in your marriage, you're not going to just throw it away, or you like, you have to have been feeling a sense of lack for a long time to put everything on the line. You have to. There's no way you would risk everything you love and care about. You just wouldn't. So if you're an absolute scoundrel and you've got no morals and you're just a shitty person, you're probably some sort of narcissist or like sociopath or something, then yes, you could be like sleeping with your person and sleeping with other people, but that's like a section of people that are a law unto themselves. I feel like you can see right through me. Yeah, like it's your mirror soul, so you understand this person even without words. Like, you could have like a sort of psychic connection, and you could have opened up to each other once or on more than one occasion, and really said like about what it is that you want out of life, you know, like those kind of talks where it's like proper deep. Please don't spam questions. It's an all signs love reading, so you watch it, and if it resonates, that's great, but you don't put in questions. That's like what you do when you want a personal reading or a live Q&A where you get questions answered for a price. But this isn't a live Q&A, this is collective readings by zodiac sign. So they're general readings for people of the sign of Capricorn in this part of the session. Or if your person's a Capricorn and you're a cross watcher. I do want to see what went on in their last relationship. Because something wasn't balanced, something wasn't equal, it wasn't reciprocal, whether it's time, money, energy, or all three. Any of the above. Crushed. Tangled web. Convoluted. Justifications. Caught up. Entranced. You are hurting emotionally right now. You need time to heal before you jump in again. That's messy. Yeah, there could have been a crossover period between this person still being, you know, in a household with a partner and or children, or whoever lives in the household, because sometimes that's parents or whoever, and you two met. It's looking like that. Okay, if it's resonating, it's your story, isn't it? Ticking clock. Let love unfold naturally and give it time to grow. Achievable insight. Embrace practical steps towards clarity, bringing your goals within reach. This is going to come together at some point. It's a matter of time. It's not an if, it's a when. Oh my god, the heat must be on because it's boiling hot in here. No, it's not. It's just me. I love to complain. Knowing they fucked up. Copycat. What do you think that means when copycat comes out? I always try to like understand that one. This person knows their behaviour is unacceptable. They know it's out of order. They hate like acting, you know, like on love with another person when inside, you know, very, very strong commitments to another. They know that that's really out of order. And when you do that, you can't do right by anyone because you are supposed to be, you know, fulfilling that duty of wife or husband or mother or father, any and all. And people are like, where were you? Like, why? I don't understand why that took so long. Where were you? Why are you back so late? Why are you like being weird? You know, like, and then they will try to make plans with the other person and the other person's getting let down, you know, so they try to breadcrumb because they don't want to lose that person's interest. And it's just like trying to be spread themselves too thin and they end up letting everyone down. So it never really works. That never really works. Copycat, I have no idea. Maybe they like how independent you are, freedom, and so they're trying to copy that lifestyle, but that's not real for them until they face their situation and be honest and authentic with the people around them and release themselves from a contract, which it looks like they have done. They aren't you, do you know what I mean? Like, that's not possible. That's the only thing I can think of with the copycat card. Like, I don't get it otherwise. This one. Let's get Broken Mirror. Thinking of you, you know, they get upset, like they have lots of like nostalgic memories. They miss you a lot when they're not with you. That's the other thing, right? If you're not authentic and you stay in a situation when you've already started to fall in love for someone else, or you can't stop thinking about someone else, even if it's in a very sexual way, and you're like, why can't I stay away from this person? You're gonna feel like shitty, like you're betraying the people that you live with. And you're gonna miss that person. So it's like, it just becomes like, it's like a volcano that's about to erupt. The pressure builds and builds, and it's just, you know what I mean? Avoidance, in hiding, feeling guilty, no communication. So you might have periods of time where you didn't hear from this person because they're like, wow, what kind of shit like does this, the people that they love? Like, I'm such a fraud, or like, I'm such a like shitty person, like someone's gonna find out. So it's like fear, feeling guilty. I wouldn't say it's regret because it's created, like it's woken this person up to like, I'm living inauthentically. I'm like ignoring something really fundamental here that I need to address. So I don't think it's regret, but they certainly they're not proud of the fact that they're like, you're cheating on your own kids. If you've got kids, you're cheating on your spouse that you promised to love and protect and whatever. So you don't feel good about yourself doing that. And so they may like go into a deep like decline in between the excitement and the like frivolity of sneaky linking. They're going to go into a deep decline, aren't they? And they're going to be like, what kind of person am I? Like, and so the communication could be like so hit and miss, and it's done on purpose because they're like, oh my god, what am I doing? Because it's twin flames, they're not going to be able to stop thinking about you though. Like, that's the thing. I feel like you can see right through me. This person's a fraud. Like, they shouldn't be continuing this family situation. It doesn't mean you're not going to love your kids anymore, but you're going to have to do the thing that's really upsetting and tell them, like, look, mum and dad are going to be living separately, but we're still your mum and dad. It's so fucking hard to do stuff like that. Like, it's easy for me to sit here and say it, but to live inauthentically and start letting down everyone is not an answer. That's not a solution, is it? That's not. And it could all blow up in your face. The only thing to do is make yourself single in a legal way, in a practical way, in an emotional way, and still be a good parent and try to be a good ex-spouse. You can't keep things like this. Like, it's not sustainable. It's not sustainable, like, at all. And so when you're having all these kinds of emotions, there's a lot of healing that needs to happen before it can become like a functional relationship. There's a lot of practical and legal things and stuff that has to be faced and worked through before you can have any kind of hope at healing, and then any kind of hope at a healthy connection that's exclusive, that's out in the open, where you're building a future together. If Capricorn wants this person, when is this going to happen? When's this? Because they look to have made themselves single, but they're going through healing, I think. If this is like resonating for Capricorn and they met someone that was already married, already like in a family situation, it's coming for you. So they're not really giving us a timing, but this person's going to find you when it's time. In the outcome for the 3rd week of October, as of this week, this person is feeling weakened, they're feeling low, they're not feeling assertive or confident. So, but when they feel like they've dealt with everything and they've healed a bit, they'll come to you. I think it's quite comforting knowing that it's in hand. You don't need to do anything. Yeah, look, wedding rings is coming out. Union, wedding, married, everlasting promise. Yeah, this person married. Hi, forever connected. Open up your heart, it will help you attract more love. This person gonna have to start to express how they're actually feeling instead of, posting perfect Facebook photos or allowing that to be posted by a spouse. That's fraudulent, that's a lie, it's inauthentic, and that's the kind of thing that you just emotionally separate yourself from because you're like, well, that isn't really how it is it? At least not for me. Like, they're gonna have to start talking to someone about how they actually feel, and I think they've forgotten how to do it for a long time. Because you just think, well, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, this is the right thing to do. Maybe I can just like have a really good career, or maybe I can just, and it's like, no, we shouldn't be just maybe I can just, like, no. You need to live authentically or it'll come out in your health. And that'll affect your work and it'll affect everything else. It's a matter of time then until you meet someone and fall in love and you weren't looking for it. And then what are you going to do? I'm like huffing because I'm trying to decide whether to like pull a time in for Capricorn that doesn't want this person, but I just feel like you do because it's twin flames, so I'm not even gonna go for that. Perception. The frequency of perception supports our natural curiosity, moving us beyond our comfort zone to find the edges of what we perceive as real and to take a good, hard, deep look at it. I think that's advice for them. Do you know what I mean? I think you see things very clearly, actually. I would just try to put yourself in their shoes, and as soon as you do that, and whenever you start to get angry and frustrated and pissed off and hurt, because you will do many times, put yourself in their shoes, like the decisions that they've got to make. Not nice, not enviable. The drama that's going to ensue, what they're going to have to try to pull off financially, emotionally, practically. Not easy, really not easy. It's going to be a long process. And the recovery afterwards, because that's like, if you've been in a family scenario for decades, or even a handful of years, and you got really young kids, that's so hard to move out of the family home. It's so hard to not be housed with those loved ones like 24 hours a day. Some people never get over that. Some people actually don't get over it, and they like go on a mad one, like killing their kids and their wife, and they're like, they just don't get over it. It's this is a lot for this person to go through. It's the grieving of a whole way of life. New routines have to be built. Independence has to be refound after decades of being you've got to be solo, and a lot of people can't even remember how to do that because they've been all things to everyone, and the hub of a home. How do you learn how to be on the outside of everything, like on the periphery again, after decades of being the hub, like the place that everyone comes to, the person everyone relies on, the person that fixes everything? That's very like difficult, and some people don't get over it. But because this is twin flames, they will do, but they've got to be given time and space to get through that, and you need to each work on your own stuff. You've got your homework to do, they've got theirs. They will come to you when they're ready. If you try to contact them before, they may just have blocked you, or they may avoid communication with you because they just won't be ready. So I would honestly wait. Wisdom. Wisdom is your heritage. Seek knowledge and preserve it. Okay, so you're already doing that by watching a tarot reading. You're trying to build empathy. You're trying to see things from another perspective. You're trying to understand why you found a connection where someone is not available. You're trying to understand, okay? That is important. You're trying to educate yourself. You're trying to look for answers. That's growth. That shows growth. That shows depth. You're seeing the reason behind it and trying to work out why, you know. Let's get you a good fortune card. A new opportunity will bring you closer to your goals. Okay. So I don't know why an emperor would want to improve even more. But goals doesn't have to be finances, it could be. But goals could be, you know, union with your twin flames. So goals could be anything. We've got all kinds of goals, haven't we? Like, got health goals, finance goals, romance goals, travel, you know, experiences, like, I don't know, whatever it is. A new opportunity will bring you closer to your goals. Only you know what your goals are, but it's gonna, yeah, something's gonna come up for you. Some sort of good opportunity. One, two, two, great shift. Personal growth, spiritual development, and manifesting goals. Oneness, connection, and completion. You've got goals here. First, focus on the positive changes occurring due to your efforts where you chose to drop the burden and create boundaries. Then expand your horizons and permit yourself to try something new. So many positive shifts are in store for you. The world around you is changing in favor of your intentions. Okay, so life's not happening to you. You are in control. You're creating boundaries. It's your choice to be a part. It's your choice to develop yourself, your goals. Okay, and then this person's going to come back into your life and they will have worked on themselves and their situation will be very, very different. So think of it like that, reframe it. Life is not happening to me. I choose to create boundaries. I choose to have time apart. I choose to work on myself. I choose to give them time and space to work on themselves. And I don't know whether we're going to be together, but I would like them to live authentically. You know, like, that's unconditional love. So that can't be a bad thing, can it? You know, send out good intentions, ask for them to find the strength to live authentically and surrender that. If we're meant to be together, I would like us to be together. Say things like that. We're not forcing anyone to be with us. You know, we're saying what we want, but then we're surrendering it, because if we're meant to be together, I would like us to be together, but I'm surrendering it and I'm going to work on myself. And when they've worked on themselves, maybe they will come back to me. Of course, people can stay in denial and not leave, but it looks like this person already left. They already set the ball in motion, you know, for separation. Did I get confession from them or not? Yeah. Yeah, I feel like you can see right through me. Yeah. I just wanted to check. This is the only thing that I haven't done for you guys yet. Galactic dreams. Your dreams shape your destiny. Dare to dream big. Oh, that's rubbish. That my voice went when it was like a really good. It's a really good, strong like intention. Dare to dream big and watch them manifest. Okay, your dreams shape your destiny. Dare to dream big and watch them manifest. This is the time. Look at this crystal ball. Okay, like the universe is telling you that there's a great shift coming. Like someone who is your twin flame will come back to you, but in this time apart, you're exercising wisdom. You know, this is what you've chosen, and this is for your highest good. And this is the twin flame journey, guys. Like this is all like purposeful and chosen. I hope this resonates. Please give it a like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, support the channel, hype the channel. And I will see you in the next one. If you're interested in a personal reading, it will be this length. It's only £18. So for like 45 minutes or more, that's a really good value for money. It'll be this in depth, okay? It's this spread with all of this clarity, and you'll know that it's for you and your person. I may be able to give more clarity that's specific to your person, you know, and why they're thinking the way that they are and what they're dealing with, more confessions, things like that, different kinds of timing that's more specific to you and them. So sometimes, you know, people like that. I also do personal readings that are general, so you can have a past, present, future and just see what comes out, what's going to be important for you going forwards. Health readings, career, education and finance readings. Those readings won't be as long, but you might find them to be as comforting or as important. They're all £18. I do mediumship cards as well, so messages from loved ones that have passed away. Those are free. I don't like to charge for them. So if that's something that you feel like you would like, you can direct message me on TikTok, on IG, or send me a Gmail, jen3585@gmail.com. It's in the channel description. Okay, take care and have a lovely rest of your evening, night, day, wherever you are. See you tomorrow.